So we're here on another frigid morning. Chris Super Trooper's back here again for more torture. So today we're gonna, it's not gonna be very eventful as far as videoing, but I'll still set up the time lapse. But basically we're gonna go around and start getting all this stuff off all the corners, all the last little pieces that's like huge pain in the butt. Probably pulling all the nails from the surfaces, and then do one big final cleanup at the end of the day. And it should be a satisfying day. It should be a good viewing turnaround of the place, and satisfying to finally put eyes on almost every inch of it. So here's where we stand right now. So basically we're going to go after all this. There are nails for nails for nails just everywhere along the walls, the ceiling. Every corner's got corner bead and plaster, and the wire mesh, that stuff's a disaster. And all the doorway openings. So we're going to go through and just kind of work on all that. We obviously won't waste any time on that, but all these openings here, and then we were done way after dark the other day, so we didn't do any real cleanup there. I still got to pop the insulation out of that wall, and we got to gut the two closets here. So this is where we're at right now, with all just debris everywhere, stuck to every nook and cranny. So pretty much every room. Chris is already going. So hopefully it'll look a little less decrepit. Yeah, so hopefully it'll look a little less decrepit by the end of the day. We're going to get to it and get some stuff done. Well, officially in the attic for the first time. Up here blocking up some of the roof vents. I'm leaving a little bit just for a little air to get out, but trying to run a little heat in here and not be so freezing cold. So plastic it up with a lot of the stuff. So we got that whole wall plasticed up, top edges. Just plastic this up. I left the little corners. The other one down the way end. But looking pretty good up here. That's one bad spot in the roof right there. Probably about 4 or 5 boards I'll have to replace. But that's not too bad. Probably replace this joist while I'm at it here. But overall, she's looking pretty good up here. Well, working my way back over to the other side. I got one more that I might plug up, but it might be too hard to get to. We'll see. We're running out of dolls to find, but on one of the random shelves in the other room we got it last Saturday, there was a whole collection of Tiggers. Look at all these guys. Tiggers of every size. What is it? Tiggers don't do something, they bounce or something, right? I forget what they are. Anyway, back to work. Well, me and Chris were at it today for a little while. My brother Greg stopped by, and his wife Heather stopped by. I know, pickle. But yeah, they stopped by for a while. We ended up shooting the breeze and whatnot. And we spent a bunch of time plasticking off windows and holes and the roof vents and everything else. So that was investment time. But in this one room, we got a lot of it done. We pulled a lot of the nails, most of the plaster. I got a little left to do in the closet there. But all these walls in here, all the nails are pulled. And that wall we didn't bother because that wall is coming down and whatnot. But we got a lot of this done. Let's see if I can get a view of that front. Look at that. That's a salvageable wall and corner. Holy crap. We'll consider that a little bit of a win. Not as much of a progress as we would have wanted, but my brother came by and he's a contractor, so got his opinion on some structural issues and stuff like that, just like my buddy Matt Thomas came by, and pretty much all the same feedback. So it was good to see them, and visits are always cool. And yeah, so we got a propane heater going here. We got that whole opening plasticed up. We got that gable vent up there. Most of that is plasticed up. I left the little side pieces just so it's breathing a little bit. And then we got one more up front here. Got that one up there, plasticed off. And that window is busted, so we got that plasticed off. And I'm not gonna pry this door open, but we got plastic hanging in there because that was wide open into there, letting more cold air in and hot air out. And then we plasticed off this whole front here. And then this broken window, and that broken window, and the gable vent down here, most of that. All the gable vents, I left the little corners open. So I think between all of those, now, when we're on the propane heater, we'll get a little extra heat in here, where before the propane heater was pretty much just go over and warm your hands on. So that's huge. But that's pretty much where we're going to wrap it up for the day. We got to pack up tools and all that jazz, and hopefully we'll be more progress tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, what's everybody's thoughts? Should I keep recording and posting all this menial stuff, bolting nails and the last of the sheetrock down and all the cleanup and all that stuff? Or is it too boring, not worth watching? Because if it's super boring, nobody's interested, I'll stop recording it, stop posting it, and I'll stop posting when I start doing actual construction work. But if there's a little interest, I'll keep posting it if it's entertaining you guys. So let me know. But I'll be recording today, and it's about 25 degrees in here. Now that we have all the windows plasticed up and all that stuff, so it's a little much better than it was yesterday. Still see my breath, but it's much better, and I've had the heater going for a while. So I'm just gonna get to it and just start pulling nails and sheetrock and just see where I can get done today. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty boring, but you never know. Last time I thought it wasn't gonna be exciting. I was crushing in the dumpster, and the back door sprung open and it dumped the whole dumpster out. Well, not the whole dumpster, but a big chunk of it out. And I wasn't recording that. And I wasn't recording when Mike fell through the floor. I wasn't recording when Chris fell through the floor. So, you never know. I guess I'll keep recording, and you never know what'll happen. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing bad. But, you never know. If it's mildly bad and it's entertaining, then that's cool with me too. So, thanks again for watching, and I'll do some time lapsing. pulling all these nails and getting all the corners and stuff is tedious. And yeah, I know I did some of the walls that are going to come down also, like the wet wall in the bathroom, but I just want the satisfaction of the place looking a little clean to like clear my head and have a better visual and plan things and be a little more satisfied. So I did a little more than I had to, and didn't get a ton done today, but it's a chunk and it's a satisfying chunk. So here's where we are. So got the outside of this wall done, the outside of the bathroom wall done, all this pluck clean, bathroom outer wall, all the stuff around the ceiling. Oh, damn it. Oh no, I left those on purpose. Yeah, those two studs are rotted off and cisted, so those are getting changed. So I left some of those nails. But yeah, I got everything dug out of the corners, all those upper corners, and all throughout this closet, and throughout this closet, here. I didn't slack, I got the inside back edge of it also, and the whole front wall, got the last of the insulation out over there, and finalized some more stuff over there. Did a little more cleanup on that wall, even though most of it's coming out. And yeah, got all that pain in the butt plaster out, and gave everything a mediocre sweep. Not a very good sweep, but at least I'm not walking around on crumbs. So yeah, so still a lot more to go. Still gotta do all around there, all around here, all around here, this whole room over here. And yeah, I still gotta do the whole rest of the house, basically. And still gotta finalize the mess that we left from last weekend in here, get all that insulation down, whatnot. But it's a good chunk, and it's a little ambition boost that like parts of it are kind of finalizing on the demo side. So as I go all the way through and get all the demo cleaned up and done, then we're really close to start the actual repair process. So again, like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know if you want me to keep posting these silly videos of this part of the job or not. Might be interesting to some people, might be super boring to most of you guys. But yeah, let me know. I got no problem keeping doing it. But if everybody thinks it's kind of lame, whatever, I'll just get to work and get it done and post when I get to more cool stuff. Either way, hope you all had an awesome weekend. And I'm going to stop my trek back because it's just about to get dark out. And be back at it tomorrow. You guys all have a good day. Here on another frigid day. It's Monday. My buddy Mike's working the afternoon shift, so he showed up today and he's going to help out for a few hours. So that's a bonus. And we're just going to be basically pulling nails and the rest of the sheetrock and insulation and stuff and do what we can. I came in, it was like 18 degrees in here. I've had the heater going for a few. It doesn't seem to have done much yet. I mean, there's no insulation and it's a big place. It's one little thing, but at least it's a place to warm our hands. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna start somewhere, maybe this back bedroom over here. And I tell you, from satisfaction of like the cleaned walls and stuff like that, it's one of my friends mentioned something about doing body work on cars with his like Bondo and paint and primer and different colored paints and everything. He said at one point you end up just spraying the whole thing in primer just to quiet it down, just to quiet down the chaos, and like it helps you focus a lot more. So like even just that stuff there being cleared off, it seems calmer or quieter or more doable in here. So as tedious as it is rewarding to get to this stage and have a better sense of what's going on. So anyway, hope you guys are staying warmer than us today, and we're gonna get to it so we can start warming ourselves up with some friction. But yeah, I'll put the time lapse on and we'll check in a while. Well, I'm definitely working up a sweat today. This room, we got all the nails down, all the debris down, and busted out most of the sheetrock in those two closets. And now I think we're gonna start doing a cleanup, sweeping up, get this room finalized, and see if we're moving on to the next room. So, good little stopping point, do a little checkup. But you can see, keep light going here. Definitely a little more satisfying. Whatnot, that's all you can obviously see. The other room's pretty messed up still. But yeah, all that tedious corner stuff, it's all done. Teamwork makes the dream work. We're gonna make this thing happen. Mike just left. He's heading off to work now. Now he's driving all the way back over to Boston where he works. So I super appreciate him coming out, making the trip. Mike, thank you very much. Made a good amount of progress already, and I still have more time in the day to make more progress. So today's a good day. Whether it's going to look like a lot of progress, it may or may not, but either way, it is a lot of progress, and it's very satisfying. So thank you, Mike. And this is where we're at the moment. So I think I showed this already, but this back room, we got everything de-nailed and stuff to a good point, and then got in here and did a rough gut job of the closet. Still got to knock all the corners, all the nails, and then all the stuff that was piled in the other room there, we got that out. Got this whole closet all rough demoed. I still got to pull the door trim and get all the corners and all the nails and all that. And then same thing, this closet here, we did a rough demo job on just to get material out. And same thing with last of this one. This one still had, I think, 1 or 2 walls in it. And yeah, and got a bunch of the wood that was on the walls in here out into the dumpster. So I'll be continuing along. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'm all sweaty, so I gotta keep going before I get too cold. I just stopped for an apple and a snack, and it's like 1:30, and don't want to stop for lunch, so that's good enough for now. So I'm gonna get back to it before my wet self gets too cold. So I'll put you back on time lapse, and let's see what I can get done for the rest of the day. So it's pretty much 5 o'clock, just about to start losing sun. It's already down past the horizon, but it'll be dark here in a minute. So I'm gonna call it quits, but got a good amount more done. And yeah, again, I gotta thank Mike again for stopping by today. That was awesome catching up, even just being able to shoot the breeze for a while and catch up, because I haven't talked to him in probably a couple of weeks. So that was cool. So thank you, Mike. And obviously the help was huge. So yeah, and after that I got some more done, so this is where we landed off. So we already know that front room we did the other day. Bathroom was done today. We did this whole back room. And if you're curious how cold it is, you can see the roof leaks. That's all frost up on the roof. So we had the heater going for a while, and then while we were working, we were just working up a sweat inside those suits. So we ended up shutting the heat off. And but yeah, here's the rest. This is the rest of what we got done. So this room, me and Mike pretty much had done. And then we had rough demoed these two closets. And now got everything out of the closets. Both of them, all that stuff's picked clean. Oh, missed one little spot. That's okay, there's still plenty more to do. And then here's the other bedroom, which I'm wondering if this was a dining room at one point, but it was set up as a bedroom and it's listed as a 3-bedroom. But like that nook right there, that had like a built-in cabinet like halfway up, and then this had a built-in halfway up with like a glass enclosure up top, kind of like where you display like plates and stuff like that. But yeah, so all that's just the plaster stuck to the edges, but all the plaster's out and whatnot. This room wasn't too bad because it was all wood on the walls, so that wasn't too bad. But I got all the insulation out of the walls, and even though pretty much this whole wall is going to get replaced, it doesn't look too bad now. And yeah, and this is all soggy from like here out, so that was a little nerve-wracking being over there. And let's see if I can fall through on camera. And you can see this whole upper corner here is toast, and that header over that door in the kitchen. But yeah, everything's swept up, shoveled out. And that closet is still fully gutted. That one there, fully gutted in there. And I actually ripped this board up, and actually 3 mice came out of there. It's crazy, there was no dent under there or anything, but 3 mice snuck out of there. Outside of that, we saw one other mouse in the far corner, and then the porcupines that were in the basement. But I was surprised with how bad this was. I figured we'd be coming across like massive dens of mice pouring out of everywhere when we were moving stuff. We didn't find nothing. We didn't see no mice at all. And when we gutted the wall in the living room, 1 mouse came ripping out of the wall. And then now here, this little thing had a false floor in it, a wooden false floor. And when I finally got that ripped up, so it's impressive with how much filth and nastiness there was in here, and trash and everything else, that there weren't more mice in here. But thankfully, that's good. And the mouse we saw come out of the other wall, we didn't catch it. So one of these 3 mice were probably that one. So yeah, so that's it for tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll probably start in here and try and do this hallway area on the outside of these closets. and whatnot, and then work my way into the living room and get a bunch of this done. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. And there is one more doll in the basement. I was going to take a video of it today, but it's getting dark. I don't want to go down. And that doll is creepy. So I'll be taking a video of that. Hopefully tomorrow I'll grab that. And yeah, hope you guys had a good Monday, and I hope your week's off to a good start. And I'll check in tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Just want to do a quick check-in before this video starts. Come to you from the future again. Just got almost 2 feet of snow, so that's been involving me a couple of days. But this video, it's a lot of the cleanup of all the demo, and it's not very interesting, I don't think, but some people may think it's incredibly interesting. There is a stash of Tigger dolls that I ended up finding that I show here, but you can see that's one of my huge snow piles. Picked up my dog yesterday, finished a little cleanup of the storm, and got my dog and all that stuff. But anyway, I figured I wanted to post a bunch of this so anybody that's following this construction related would have the information. If people are like thinking about buying an abandoned house or rehabbing a house, kind of want to give all the real details of what it takes. By the way, it's -2 degrees right now. But I didn't want to I want it to be as educational, as entertaining as possible. That way there, if people are watching it because they want to get into renovating a house, they know some of the dirty details. And along the way, there's a lot of surprises when I'm working on it, and I want to cover that also. So I'm trying not to get the house in the background here. So I do want to keep this information out there. I edited it down. The time-lapse stuff, I sped it up like 4 times faster than normal, and I only put in probably less than 1/4 of the footage that I have. So put my glove in the wrong area. It's sliding down my leg here. There we go. Sorry about this. Sorry, not sure when the video stopped. It is freezing. It's, like I said, it's -2 degrees, and it is raw. So anyway, I just want to keep all this information in here so anybody gets as much knowledge as they get in entertainment if somebody's going to follow this through the rebuild and all that stuff, because there are a lot of curveballs and a lot of stuff I wasn't expecting, a lot of stuff I thought was good that was bad, and it's just, I'd love for everybody to know the whole experience. So I'm going to keep kind of posting what I can. Give me your feedback. Let me know if I should slow down some of this tedious stuff or keep it sped up like I am as much as I can without just turning it into a blur. But anyway, I'll let you get to the video, and let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. I appreciate it. Thanks again for taking the time to stop in, and I promise we'll be on to more construction and more clean out of the property and stuff like that real soon.